Welcome, students. Today we are going to learn more about the compass rose. A compass rose is a set of pointers that shows the directions on a map or on a globe. It contains the cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. And you'll see these directions abbreviated on the compass rose with a capital letter N for north, E for east, S for south, and W for west. And last week we talked about a way to remember these. We might jot down a little reminder here. Something like never eat soggy waffles. Just a fun way to remember those directions in that order. Never eat soggy waffles. Now, we can also identify what we call the intermediate directions. These directions are northeast, in between north and east, southeast, in between east and south, southwest, in between south and west, and northwest, in between north and west. The intermediate directions are located between each of the cardinal directions as a way to be a little more specific if you want to point us in that sort of diagonal direction or any of these diagonal directions. This week, you have just a couple little projects you're going to work on. To begin with, we'll just do a little bit of practice. And in this practice, you will be writing each of the cardinal directions and intermediate directions on a compass rose. You'll make your own compass rose. So begin by drawing the compass rose that you want in the middle. You can either use the one that you saw on the other slide, or you can draw your own if you want on a piece of paper. If you want to just make your own compass rose on a piece of paper, go ahead. You can be super artistic about it. You can sort of create these cool diagonal lines, or if you want to, or if a compass rose looks like something different to you, maybe you would draw it as an actual rose. That could be kind of cool. I wonder what that would look like with the directions on it. That's kind of a cool idea. You can be creative however you want to draw your compass rose, but your compass rose needs to have the cardinal directions, northeast, south, and west, and the intermediate directions, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And the follow-up work this week, you are going to be finding your way around using the compass rose. For example, in this work, you are going to be asked to find states using the compass rose here. Let's just do an example together. So, which state is northeast of Oklahoma? So to begin with, I'm going to find the state Oklahoma. Here it is right here. And the question it's asking is, what is northeast of Oklahoma? So let's take a look at the compass rose. Let's find what northeast is. So it's kind of pointing up in this direction. I'm going to go to Oklahoma and look what is in that direction. What is northeast of Oklahoma? I see it there. It's Missouri. So that's what I would go ahead and write down. M-I-S-S-O-U-R-I, Missouri. That's this first work, finding a way around with a compass rose. Next up, we are going to use a compass rose to find our way around St. Paul, a city that might be familiar to you. So here we're going to use the same method to find our way around St. Paul. In this first question, we'll just practice together again. Which neighborhood is north of Union Park? So I'm going to go to St. Paul, this map of St. Paul here. I'm going to go ahead and find Union Park. Let's see here. Where is Union Park? Ah, there it is, Union Park. And the question was, what neighborhood is north of Union Park? So I'll look at my compass rose and I'll notice what direction is north. North is this direction, straight up on this map. I'm going to go back to Union Park and look at what neighborhood is directly north of Union Park. Hamlin Midway is north of Union Park in St. Paul. So that's what I would write down here. Hamlin Midway. Excuse my sloppy handwriting. And at the bottom here, notice that there is a challenge. Now, this is a fun one. You might want some help from someone in your household to try this one out. But it says, can you find your own neighborhood? And is it north, east, south, or west of downtown? So for that one, you might find your neighborhood first. Which of these neighborhoods do you live in? And starting with downtown, you'll figure out what direction do you live in. So if I lived in the Payne-Phelan neighborhood, if I lived in this neighborhood, I would say, I live this direction from downtown. What direction is that on my compass rose? That looks like northeast. That's that little challenge question. But give it a try. It's pretty fun. And the last follow-up work this week is following directions. So use the key and the compass rose together. We learned about keys and legends last week. We're going to put them together this week to try to draw our neighborhood. So here we see the first question. Draw a playground south of Elm Street and west of Birch Drive. So it says draw a playground. So I'm going to see, what does a playground look like? This is their symbol for a playground, a swing set. And it says draw it south of Elm Street, west of Birch Drive. So I'll start by finding those streets, Elm Street and Birch Drive, and I'll use those directions. South of Elm Street would be this way, and west of Birch Drive would be this way. So it's going to go here and here. It would be here. So I'm going to draw my playground here. All right, do your best work on this. Have fun with this work this week. I love this geography work and making maps. It's really a blast, and I can't wait to see your work. Let me know if you have any questions, and take care.